Crash course on the Korean War. Why didn't USA win over it? The Korean War was a conflict that took place between 1950 and 1953, primarily between North Korea, which was backed by the Soviet Union and China, and South Korea, which was supported by the United States and other Western countries. The war ended in a stalemate, with the two sides agreeing to a ceasefire that has remained in place to this day. In this crash course, we will explore why the United States was unable to win the Korean War. Background: the Korean War was the result of the division of Korea after World War II. In 1945, Japan surrendered to the Allied powers, and Korea was divided into two parts along the 38th parallel. The northern part was occupied by Soviet troops, while the southern part was occupied by American troops. In 1948, the Republic of Korea was established in the south, while the Democratic People's Republic of Korea was established in the north. The war. In June 1950, North Korea invaded South Korea, hoping to reunify the two countries under communist rule. The United States and other Western countries intervened, sending troops to support South Korea. The war quickly escalated, with Chinese troops entering the conflict in support of North Korea. The United States, which was fighting in Korea as part of the United Nations forces, quickly gained control of the air and sea. However, the terrain in Korea was difficult, with steep mountains and dense forests that made it difficult for American troops to advance on the ground. The North Koreans, on the other hand, were experienced guerrilla fighters who were able to use the terrain to their advantage. The Chinese, who entered the war in October 1950, also proved to be a formidable opponent. They were able to launch surprise attacks on UN forces, which caused heavy losses. The Chinese also had the advantage of being able to draw on a large pool of soldiers, whereas the United States was limited in the number of troops it could commit to the conflict. The United States was also hampered by political considerations. The war was unpopular with the American public, and there were concerns that a prolonged conflict could lead to a wider war with China or even the Soviet Union. President Truman was also hesitant to use nuclear weapons, as he feared the consequences of starting a nuclear war. Stalemate. By 1951, the Korean War had become a stalemate. Both sides were dug in, with neither able to make significant gains. The United States was also facing increased opposition from China and the Soviet Union, who were providing military support to North Korea. In July 1953, an armistice was signed, bringing an end to the fighting. However, the two sides were unable to reach a peace agreement, and to this day, North and South Korea remain divided. Status of the DMZ 38th parallel. The 38th parallel, also known as the DMZ, Demilitarized Zone, is the line that divides North and South Korea. It was established as part of the armistice agreement that ended the Korean War in 1953. The DMZ is approximately 160 miles long and 2.5 miles wide and is heavily fortified on both sides with barbed wire, landmines, and guard towers. The DMZ remains one of the most heavily militarized borders in the world, with thousands of troops stationed on both sides. It is also one of the most tense and volatile areas, with occasional skirmishes and acts of aggression by both North and South Korea. Despite its militarized nature, the DMZ has also become a popular tourist destination in recent years, with visitors able to take tours of the area and visit historical sites such as the Joint Security Area, JSA, where North and South Korean officials meet for diplomatic talks. Here is a list of the estimated number of deaths during the Korean War by country. North Korea, 1,550,000. China, 400,000 to 1,500,000. South Korea, 217,000. United States, 36,574. United Kingdom, 1,078. Canada, 516. Turkey, 741. Australia, 339. France, 293. Netherlands, 122. Belgium, 97. Philippines, 92. Colombia, 140. Ethiopia, 121. It is important to note that these numbers are estimates and may vary depending on the source. In conclusion, the Korean War was a difficult conflict for the United States. Despite having superior technology and military power, the United States was unable to overcome the challenges posed by the difficult terrain and determined enemy. Political considerations also played a role, as the war was unpopular with the American public and there were concerns about the consequences of escalating the conflict. The legacy of the Korean War is still felt today, as tensions between North and South Korea remain high, and the United States continues to play a role in maintaining stability in the region. Here is a poem on the Korean War. In the land of Korea, a war did rage, with pain and sorrow that did engage. North against South, a nation divided. Brother against brother, in blood and strife united. The echoes of gunfire pierced the air, as soldiers fought with courage and despair, each side with their own cause to defend. In the end, it was the innocent who would bend. Families torn apart, loved ones lost. The human cost of war, the ultimate cost. A generation that suffered and bled. Their lives forever changed, never to be led. The mountains and rivers bear witness still to the violence and death that did chill a land once whole, now broken and scarred. A story of pain, etched deep and hard. Yet hope remains, amidst the rubble and dust. A promise of peace, a future we must trust. May this war be remembered, as a lesson learned. And may the flames of peace, forever be burned. ******. Start planning your next global adventure with ease and convenience with our Booking.com referral link. https://www.booking.com/index.html $aid = 79893335 as a great choice to plan your next trip. You can find and book flights, hotels, cars, and local attractions all in one place, and their price match guarantee ensures you're getting the best deal. Thank you for kind support our AnHub Metaverse channel, and please watch more interesting videos here.